Welcome to the second day, final day actually. We're going to start with the lower bracket semifinals. Team 120 who were defeated by Team Moon yesterday, and Team Fly who took a beating from Team Lin. It's Focus 120 and Soin versus Life, Fly, and Chaemiko here in Guangzhou. We start with Soin this time, who hasn't won a single game, who was basically, it was his fault, if you want to call it that way, that they lost this tournament. And did you see the Chinese photographies that they put up? They showcased his mousepad. You know his mousepad, right? With all the K-pop singers on it. And they said, we might have found the reason why Soin wasn't playing his best, because he was so distracted from his mousepad. And then you can see all the beautiful K-pop singers there. So he's up against Life.
Didn't Lion give you one of those big mouse pads as well?
Yeah, I got one too. Okay, here we see the maps. It is Terrastand Band and again Twisted Meadows Band. So we start on Northern Isles in a Night Elf versus Orc. Unfortunately, the Chinese letters here, we don't know the teams. I think the longer name is Fly. So they pick Concealed and Last Refuge, if I'm not mistaken, and Team 120 with Amazonia and Echo Isle. So some smaller maps. Wait, is that? They don't have a Night Elf. So why would they play on Amazonia? Maybe because of 120. Dude, the games yesterday, a few of them were so goddamn good. Focus versus Moon, 120 versus Moon. Even though Team 120 lost the clan war, they put on a show. So I hope this will continue throughout this clan war right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Some amazing games yesterday. Soin tried some different stuff against Night Elf, which he's facing right here as well. He went for Shamans, Headhunters, Tier 3, and trying to ignore those Mountain Giants, but in the end, seemed to be not overcomable for the Orc. Yeah, it was pretty sad yesterday. That's the mean thing about this format, dude. If you're having a bad day, if you can't win your games, it's not hard for the community to place all the blame on you. So I really hope that Soin today is going to be able to get that W.
Especially in China, man. Can you imagine the backlash some players would get?
They are vicious
the
over there,
vicious
man.
Chinese scene. Very cool to see both players here signed up by a team. Soin rocking the Lucky Future shirt, which is a pretty cool design, I think. And the Rogue Warrior training jacket and suits for Life, who just came back out of retirement, hiatus, trying to get into a Dota career. That didn't work. But since then, he played very, very good games. Our first match of the day is live. Soin versus Life. It is on Northern Isles. And yeah, we'll see. In the bottom left, in the blue, we have the youngest player in the competitive Warcraft. It's Life, 21 years old. In the upper right with 25 or 26. One of the most handsome players in all of Warcraft. It's Soin from Korea in the red as the Orc.
Alrighty, let's go. First game of today. We are pumped. Speaking of age, Soin especially, Life especially, one of the young guns. I saw yesterday on Wikipedia that 15 Sway turned 17 yesterday. Which is a little confusing. But yeah, maybe they do count it slightly differently.
Yeah, I think they do, but not too sure how that works.
Focusing on this game right now, though, we have an aggressive opening by Soin. He's going to use the Blade Master with a speed scroll right away to run across the map and be aggressive to try to punish this Ancient of War greedy first camp, which is being taken by the Keeper first playing Life here. This can sometimes work out, sometimes it can't. I think the Night Elf has to do it like absolutely perfectly, like no ensnares on the Treants to finish it in time. But that's pretty rare, so as far as blind openings go and stuff, this should, if it's executed well, be going pretty well for Soin, I think.
I agree, but let's go back to yesterday where we said similar stuff a few times, 3 times actually, and he always decided to go for the item and the first creep first. So there was no initial harass, no immediate harass from Soin. Maybe he saw his games and thought, okay, maybe I have to be a little more aggressive. Maybe I have to pressure him earlier on. The peon sees this. Of course, there's no big surprise that the Night Elves go for this Tusker spot, as it gives you one of the bigger consumables that we have in the scene. Damage a little spread on the Magi and the big Tusker. That's not perfectly done.
And a minor thing here, which is a misplay by Soin. He went with a peon into range. The peon got ensnared. That means the Treant didn't get ensnared. That means it was more damage on the creeps. And for that reason, the Blade Master may be too late. But actually, no, he's here in time. Okay.
Yeah, the Engine of War is pretty hurt, but 8-3 already going in against the Archer. But that thing can heal up, of course. And we have the big mana potion on the Keeper of the Grove. No level 2, though, so he can't use Entangle for now. We have a later Barracks fast tech for Soin with the second burrow coming up, so there's gonna be some grunts later on. But Blade Master's already down to 50%. Moon Juice is at 50%, I think, but it's gonna turn nighttime soon, and then life will be happy. So this harass didn't accomplish too much.
Yeah, interesting to see. Of course, in the early game, you always have pretty much with any opening the option. Oh, that peon falling here, not ideal. You have the option of, do I want to creep and level up my hero myself, or do I want to harass and slow us both down? And so in here, choosing to be aggressive and slow down both these players, essentially, stealing a creep here. And if he can keep the Keeper on level 1, that's going to be very nice for him. If he can keep him there on that level 1 until his grunts arrive, but of course, they are really late in this game.
Yeah. Since a lot of people are asking about game sound, this is just a restream from Doyu. We, once again, didn't get a clean feed without Chinese commentary. So if we would turn up the volume from the stream, we would have Chinese commentary. That's super confusing. So unfortunately, we have to go with no sound except our casting voices. Sorry about that, but there's no way around it.
Both players here playing this opening pretty well, I'd say. Soin delaying as much as he can, but also Life not allowing too many easy last hits, and now the Keeper is level 2, which means the harassment capabilities of this Blade Master have severely dwindled now, with Entangle, of course, being available. Yesterday, the grunts by Soin felt like they were having very little effectiveness in the early game, right? In, I think, all 3 of his games, they were like sitting in the main for the longest time. But what's this? On the minimap, and now we see it on the stream as well, there's a shop coming up next to the Orc main. Seems like Life wants to put on the pressure here on tier 2.
All right. It is 5 archers already. Shop coming, but he scouts it with grunts. This must be a kill. I mean, I think he wanted to start creeping, so that might not be the best position for this shop anyway. And he cancels it. That's a good scout by Soin and super important. We saw how beneficial a shop is yesterday in the game of Focused versus Moon, where the shop basically focused the game and cost him almost the game when he didn't have a shop. But yeah, no level 3 on the Keeper of the Grove is, I think, the most important thing for Soin. Now he's going for his Grunt Shaman strategy again. So, Life, did we see a Huntress Fall just yet? I don't think so. So
it's a lot of archers.
It's a lot of archers. Yeah, exactly.
Archers.
So this could be Hippo Riders again, and Soin fell for this yesterday against Czech. Will history repeat, and he makes the same mistake twice?
Yeah, he's been seeing these high numbers of archers for a long time. Once you see 4, at the latest when you see 5 or 6, you have to go for a War Mill, I think. But I still don't think he's set up one. At the moment, same as yesterday, he's got no anti-air.
That's true. Oh, here comes the first Entangle. Acid Bomb not following, so the Blade Master can heal in a bit. He doesn't have a Windwalk, so quite dangerous for Soin. Next Entangle, is this enough?
He's got a Windwalk now. Should be safe.
And he's waiting for the right click, then applying the heal stuff, then going into Windwalk. Well done.
But if there had been a Wisp next to the lab, that would have been a kill. This was really dangerous by Soin.
He's rushing tier 3 as well against this Archer push. There's no reinforced defenses, as you said, no Womble as well, no Stomp on the TC, only providing the aura here. Acid Bomb on all the grunts. Peon are coming in for the fight as well. Blade Master is still hurt, has a potion though from the shop, which he will absolutely need in a bit. Gets the first Archer kill though, and that gets him closer to the stop. Entangle and Acid Bomb on the Blade Master. Is this enough? Yes, the potion is gone already, and the big damage dealer is gone. The first Shaman is coming in, but what does a Shaman do against these archers? Basically nothing. Finally we have Stomp, and this is a nice one. First kill immediately. Second one is coming with the normal damage of grunts, and Peon saves the second one to the upper left. But oh my god, the Blade Master was level 2 or level 1?
Level 1.
Level 1. Okay, so it's not the biggest of deals.
This is a good mid-game, I think, for Soin. Like, he threw away, what, 4 or 5 archers there? And got only a level 1 hero.
Surrounding the Alchemist, but the big damage from the TC is missing. Can he somehow get him out with a TP? Yes, swaps the TC, survives. But you were absolutely right. Like, a lot of archers dead. I think he got 5.
Yeah, this was a very ill-advised engagement. The keeper was level 3, I think, right? So there he felt strong, but you can't deal with that many grunts. You have to kite against the grunts, obviously, so you can't just entangle one and snipe them out. And this is usually why we see Hunters is more so. They're way better in the early and mid game.
Yeah.
He tried to go for the Hippo Riders, but you don't want to engage with only archers before you actually have the Hippo Riders. A rare strategical mistake, I think, here by Life in this game.
Yeah. If you wait a little longer for the Hippos, that's way better. Soin almost losing his grunts here, but now healing them up, tanking a little with the Shaman, poor fellas. And creeping up on both sides they are. So the Alchemist is level 2, that's a little more damage. But what's his next plan here for Life? It's only archers for now. I still haven't seen the base for quite some time, so we don't know if it's Engines of Lores, if you have a Hunter's Hall, or if it's just straight up archers.
And when Soin, judging from the games yesterday, when Soin gets to tier 3 to around 50 supply, then he does switch into Headhunters later on with Bloodlust. And Bloodlusted Headhunters completely demolish Hippo Riders.
Yep.
So there has to be a transition here from Life somewhere, or he has to finish this game really quick.
Yeah, we saw the first Huntress, we see the Dryads now. Still not the best. Was it tier 2? Did he not start?
Tier 2.
He didn't start tier 3 yet, so he's with Dryads for a long time. Oh, big pickups possible here, though. First one is already dead. Second one gets killed by an Entangle. A bit of a blunder. Soin, by the way, forgot his next burrow for quite some time. And Life is expanding in the back of that as well. So Soin could have had more units already, but he was stuck for like 1.5 minutes on 40 supply. Only now getting up to 50. We have nice inventories here. And a nice donation by Greg, 31415, €5. Thank you guys for your almost everyday content for Warcraft 3. I've been watching you nearly every day since 2014. Your work as commentators got better a lot since 2014. Keep up the great work. Greetings from Austria.
Thank you very much. Are you like a mathematician or a physicist? Because that's the number of pi, right? 3.14.
No, it starts with, isn't it like 2144 something?
I think it's 3.1415, 9, and then I don't know. I think it is. All right. Yeah, the Hippo thing didn't work here for the Night Elf, but still Keeper and Alchemist really strong in the mid game, so he was able to use that prowess for an expansion in the back, and Soin deciding to early counter expand with towers this time, but that's the nice thing about Wisp. You can always have them out there for scouting, and this will have to be addressed, because once there's 2-3 towers with reinforced up, almost no number of Dryads is going to deal with that.
You were right about the pie, though. Sorry. Maybe I have the American pie. We have Bloodlust now, and the expansion plans of Soin got cancelled, but he can't, of course, do anything with only the Blade Master. This army of Life is quite big. He broke Upkeep already with the expansion in the back, of course, 60 supply for him. But the longer the game goes, I think the better the army composition for Soin becomes, until there's like 4 Mountain Giants.
Yep, I think so too. Also in the game yesterday, it seemed difficult for Soin to get to this strong 50 state. We think back on that unfortunate only 4 peons in the gold mine there. And this game again, he's still not at 50 supply. Of course, losing the 2 grunts earlier hurt him. But grunts isn't really what you want to have anyways in the late game. Still only 41 supply. Like, how does this take so long to get to 50?
Well, you need tier 3. He forgot the burrow. He built a war mill, he gets upgrades, he needs master, he needs headhunter upgrade. Yeah. That's a lot of stuff you need. And what does Life really need? Like, okay, dispel, and that's it. Well, of course, lores and stuff, but
it certainly seems easier to assemble this potent force for the Night Elf than it is for the Orc, obviously, with tier 3 being a requirement.
Fight now, sniping out the Shaman immediately. decent micro by Soin, but against the slow, you can't do too much. First Dryad is down. Level 3 for the Blade Master. That must be critical strike. Level 2, the TC is in a decent position for a Stomp. Gets everything he can, I guess. Nice cancel on the heal wave. That was almost immediate. He's trying to kite with the Headhunters, but the Archers are super safe in the background, disabling them now, getting rid of their damage. The Grunts are fighting them as well. Level 4 for the TC already, and the Blade Master is critting. Like, this Orc army is doing way better than expected. A few Entangles are coming in, plus the Acid Bomb, of course. Okay, now Soin almost down to his underpants here with a few units left, but he gets a lot of kills.
Blade Master Bloodlust, dude, it's pretty sick.
Here we go again. One Archer is on the plate. Two Dryads, actually. First one down, second one purged as well. Headhunters are falling in the background. How much mana does the Keeper have? Would love to know. TC is out, can't stomp anymore. One Headhunter not participating in this fight as the Blade Master seemingly can handle this alone. Another Grunt falls. That's level 4 on the Alchemist. High-level heroes on both sides. Holy shit, this Blade Master! He's killing one Dryad after another. He holds a grudge against him, and he got one entire level in this fight.
And I think the most important thing here is, will these towers come up?
Yeah.
But no, Life is making his way over there.
All right. 32 supply against 45. But we have seen this yesterday already. Orcs can survive with like 20 supply less, at least. And that's what Soin showed us yesterday against Colorful. But as you said as well, the pressure on these towers is too high, especially with the piercing damage of the Dryads. But no disable against the Blade Master, and that's certainly lacking. Also, no taunt to distract him for a little. This TC is gigantic with Bloodlust, by the way. But there's also a bit of Dispel, so the Dryads can use that, going hard for the Alchemist. There's a big Invul potion as well. Whoa, stomp against both heroes. But the Invul on the Alchemist was faster. He got 2 Invuls, triggers them both with one spell. He's breaking the Entangle with an Invul potion of himself with a few crits. No, he can't get that. Not lucky here. Gets the Purge, but no crit. And so both heroes remain alive. 4 life. Who TP's out, gets a little bit more time for his expansion to pay off and go into higher numbers, as he's already at 63 supply. So it must be Mountain Giants coming, right?
He's still tier 2 only, so
okay.
Could be later, but not for now. And Life in the beginning made a bit of an error here. That Archer attack was certainly ill-advised. But I like how confidently he's playing this late game. He knows it's all about the Expo. You may have the weaker army, but it's way bigger. As long as you keep him on one base, this should be Life's game.
Okay, Tiny Great Hall. Used. Heal potion. No Invul potion this time. Naked Alchemist, who's super tanky, though. Can he cancel this? This would actually be the second time I see a Tiny Great Hall cancelled after 1-2-0 did against Lin in the Tink Warcraft Invitational. I don't think the damage is enough. And now there's Mass Repair, but of course Acid Bomb against all of this. Only 2 Shaman. He can't dispel the Treants too fast. Oh, that would be a gigantic investment by Soin. Not too much normal or siege damage for Life here. So he has to engage in this fight first. But what's this army by Soin? It's basically non-existent. The Blade Master is quite low as well. Doesn't have an Invul this time, so he can't break that Entangle, and he will be disabled for quite some time. The Treants are taking care of the peons. I love that play by Life. He's slowing down everything. He's doing damage to the economy, to that 700 gold expansion. Headhunters are falling left, right, and center. This one to the Acid Bomb denies it to get rid of the experience, but Life is taking care of this expansion. It will kill it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking rough for Soin once again. It's cool, man, this Blade Master Bloodlust play. It looks like really orcish, you know? It feels like tried and true orc. But the timings just don't work out quite. You're always behind. You always have the smaller army. And once again, we saw yesterday, as you pointed out earlier already, that yes, you can hope to win an engagement with a smaller force, but now it's like 36 versus 70.
Yeah.
That's, I think, a little too far.
I really like how Life never gave him the time to get a lot of Headhunters, which was the absolute key yesterday against Colorful that made the game so long and so close. But Life constantly entangles them, constantly acid bombs them. So it's like 6 max. So you don't get this much damage that you absolutely needs. And this is due to Life playing so aggressive. Like, even after the Town Portal without an Invul Potion, just rushing straight over and engaging in the fight again. So here we have the fight. at the bottom right. Didn't see the item actually, but the Blade Master is certainly in trouble. Oh, it was the Hood of Cunning. Meh, a little bit more damage, but that's it. He has nothing to heal himself. No Shadow Hunter. He's walking out of that fight. But again, the damage is gone. The Headhunters are falling 3 in less than 4 seconds. Holy shit. And another one. And another one. The TC is almost surrounded there and slowed. Now he can't get out of that little forest space here. GG by Soin, who is now 0-4 in next. And Life winning his game. Big smile on Fly's face. And immediately talking. Struggling a little in the fight at the early stages of tier 2, but then super aggressive. Well done. Good focus. Good decision making. Life playing well here today.
Yeah. And Soin still going with, I don't know if it's his style that he came up with, but yeah, going with that tier 3 Headhunter style. It still needs some work. It feels like, I believe there could be something there if it's a little bit more ironed out, especially the grunt part of that build. I'm not so sure. He had 5 grunts, I think, and they're really good at holding on tier 2. But if you go earlier into Warmill, if you go, let's say, 2 or 3 grunts, probably 3 grunts, then into Headhunters, shouldn't the early Shaman be okay enough to hold against tier 2? Hard to say for me as not an Orc player and certainly not a very good Orc player, but those grunts are a massive liability later in the game. I'd love to see, for example, Lin play that style, some other top Orcs play that style. Maybe there's something there, but at the moment, in my opinion, Soin's build that he has chosen for this strategy against the top dogs of Night Elf, it doesn't seem to work.
I would love to see this exact game again without Soin forgetting about the burrow, because that crippled him a lot when he was stuck at 40 supply. Maybe he can get a better fight in the mid game with 50 supply, and then things don't spiral out of control as they did here when there was all of a sudden a 20-30 supply lead. So that was a key for Soin losing here. I mean, Life in the end played it so well. I don't want to take anything away from it, but that was a massive mistake by Soin again in the mid game, and that on this level is not allowed to happen.
Yeah. And another thing, I know Orcs don't want to hear this, but maybe it could be worth considering keeping the TP with the late game plan in mind, that at tier 3 you want to attack his base with grunts and pillage just for distraction, to then TP back to your base to buy time for the towers, because I think that's what it's all about. I think if you get the counter expo up with the towers and have the double mine income, I think that could be your game. Yeah. But, you know, as it is in this patch, oftentimes the case against Night Elf, a lot of things have to go really well for you.
Yeah, we have
whereas Life, he messed up the early game hard. He messed it up hard. And, well, he still got the Keeper Entangle, and he still got the Alchemist, he still got the Expo, so... Yeah. Night Elf certainly more forgiving in this matchup at the moment.
All right, so Team Fly takes the lead, and Life is out of this clan war, as it is winner leaves, loser stays in this format. So we have Fly and Chaemiko, who we have not seen yet, if I'm not mistaken. So no human game at all in this tournament thus far. We'll see who will approach this next. Will Soin be replaced, or will he stay in the seed? He wasn't playing too bad at all, but 0-4. Maybe he needs a little confidence boost from a win of one of his teammates first. And his teammates are super strong. We saw Focus yesterday defeating Moon, and 1-0 as well. But it's about the weakest players here in this system.
All right, so Focus it is once again to pick up the mantle and drag him out of the dirt.
What's wrong with your throat, by the way? You do that all the time. Need
Dude,
some pills.
Don't throat shame me. I don't know.
No.
I just got something in my throat. Leave me alone.
Okay, I'm leaving you alone. Please feel free to do that. Do the show alone.
All right, Focus versus Fly. Orc Mirror coming up. Fly got, can we call that spanked? He had an amazing early game yesterday against Lin, bringing him to the brink of defeat, but that was one hell of a comeback yesterday by Lin. Oh my god, that was crazy.
But who in the world is able to do that except Lin?
Yeah, probably nobody.
Probably nobody. I think so too. So we're gonna see concealed hills, if I'm not mistaken, since the borders are a little brighter than on the other maps. Pretty sure that's the case, but what do I know? So not Last Refuge as it was. Oh, it's Focus! This is gonna be an interesting Orc Mirror, man. I would have given Fly the edge over Soin, but this is most likely the closest high-level Orc Mirror you can get, as Lin is so far beyond everyone else in that matchup. But this is the second and third best Orc. I don't want to comment on the order, but
Yep.
This is head-to-head, toe-to-toe. It's gonna be epic.
I agree with pretty much everything you said there. Soin would have probably had a tough time. Although he has had good Orc Mirror showings as well in the past. Alright, so it's gonna be the Snatcher of Items versus the Blade Master Acrobat, I guess.
Very
Those
good
are some
nicknames.
horrible nicknames. Yesterday I had some better ones.
Well, it's a Monday. We can't be that creative on a Monday. 1-0 for Team Fly. Now the team captain is stepping in the ring himself, wearing the blue trunks in the bottom left of Concealed Hills. It is the former WCA World Champion of 2015 and a former Gold Series winner as well. Focus, no big solo accomplishment to his chest. He's spawning in the upper right for Team 120. But in team competitions, speaking of WC3L, Nations Wars Against China, he is there, not carried by his team, but backed up by his team. He's always, I don't want to say overperforming, but he performs a lot better in those team events. Always a carry of the team. So, whoa! It's a Farseer in an Orc Mirror!
Yeah, dude, that's why I kind of fell back in my chair. That's a Farseer. Wow, that's pretty confident play by Fly, I'd say. You can interpret it both ways. He's hoping perhaps for his opponent to not address it correctly, because usually Farseer is by far the weaker hero, but it's also him saying, all right, I can win this game in 10 minutes and beat you that way.
Yeah.
Because you can't play this late game. If this gets to 3-3 heroes or even 4-4 heroes, Fly is doomed 95%. So I like that. Fits Fly as well, right? His aggressive style, he's going to be in your face, in your base, annoying you, and he's not going to leave you alone.
Oh, he's going without a barracks as well. Fastest tech possible against a slower tech by Focus, as he built the second burrow already. So it's 2 grunts and more for Focus with a Blade Master against the Farseer, and no grunts fast tech on Fly side. So Crab Creep first. That's hard to say. Crab Creep. Hoping for a ton of experience here, and Fly is just rushing over. How much damage can he do?
Yeah, and this is not what he wanted to see. He wanted to see 1 Burrow tech. In that case, he would have been able to cancel that Burrow, but now he's like, well, I guess I'm going to harass the peons a little, but yeah, the Burrow is perfectly placed. The peons are going to survive. We already have 2 grunts out for Focus. He's going to be able to creep so much faster. As far as openings go, I think this is favoring Focus.
I agree. Also, the second Burrow, not only does it enable him to go for more grunts, but it's also more piercing damage, as, 2 peons are throwing their spears, and he's trying to blocks himself. That didn't go the right way. But yeah, Farseer is down to 60% already. The harass didn't do anything. Was it Tome of Agility, maybe? As we get pointed out? I don't know what they want to say with this. Wolf's not harassing, multitasking a little lacking. A few peons are hurt. He's going Warmill early.
Yeah, I think just in anticipation of the wolf harass, it's always going to be coming in. What else is the Farseer supposed to do? He doesn't have grunts. He can't really creep, so he's going to be harassing. That's going to cost you lumber. And for that reason only, I think the Warmill already on its way.
Yeah, Focus was at the shop, either buying a circlet or boots already, if he had the gold. No, it was just the circlet. Not investing too much into this. And now he turns it around and goes harassing his way. And what does Fly have in his base, really?
Yeah. And he's scouting the main as well. He doesn't exactly know about the tech timing, although he should have a pretty good idea. He would love to cancel some bestiaries. We see this in ladder play quite a lot. Farseer, super fast tech into Windrider cheese. But in an Orc mirror, is that playable as well? Like, Bat Riders are really good against Wind Riders.
He gets almost the kill. Yeah, now he gets the kill. Focus has to replace this one peon to not play with 4 peons as Soin did yesterday throughout almost the entire game. Wormel is ready. Blade Master trying to do his best, but can't really find an opening. Now in nighttime, he can go to the specialty of Concealed Hills, the 2 fountains, heal up 1% HP per second.
Focus here similar to Soin, I think a little bit too inactive with his grunts. Feel like they could be creeping more, at least a little green camp next to his main. That shouldn't be too dangerous, but instead they're just camping in the main and waiting for harassment, I guess. This giving Fly now the opening to go ahead in experience, get ahead in experience. Gonna be level 2 versus level 1 Blade here soon, and the Shadow is coming out. And this is a bit of a scary timing. Shadow plus Farseer hitting tier 2 here early on with a Hex and the Speed Scroll chase potential. There could be some kills coming Fly's way, and I think for that reason, he is looking for those grunts at the moment.
Yeah, would be a great start of a comeback for Fly if he gets at least one of them. Blade Master also no progress at all, so he doesn't have the big damage that we're used to seeing from him. So he can't find any enemy units, so he starts creeping on Focus's side of the map. I think that's a good plan B. Hexing the healer, takes out the slower, and then gets rid of the rock golem for the big item.
Oh, he dodged the dust. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you. Blade Master's coming in, but the big creep goes towards Fly. That's the greater mana. That is the best item he could have hoped for, probably. And the Blade Master under a bit of pressure, but it's going to be making it away as well.
All right. So we have Chain Lightning now. Not that great against Orc, I feel. It's always great against low HP units, but they're basically non-existent in an Orc mirror army.
Yeah, exactly. Especially once Spirit Link comes in, it's not going to help you find any kills. Yes, it's still some damage, but whatevs. Blade Master here starting to stack up. He found the slippers, now he finds the claws as well, and he needs to carry this army, which is going to be hard for him right now. He's only level 1, and now he's coming in with the focus, the Hex onto the blade. Where's the Scroll of Speed?
I think you're a little faster than me, so I have to cut you off here. Indeed, a good damage. Scroll of Speed not coming in only now. Chain Lightning, I was talking about how it's not going to have a big impact, but here he kills the Blade Master, and now without damage, what can you do? Shadow Hunter's being hexed as well. Surrounded, Fly with an epic comeback. Kind of like Lin yesterday, but this time he's not on the receiving end, getting the second, not the Walker, but another surround on that ground. The Wolf is expiring, so he can get out, but man, Focus is taking a beating here. Double kill on his heroes. The grunts are falling with all the range damage coming in. Chain Lightning again getting a kill with the Raider in the peon line. Should be a kill. Yep, the Wolf takes care of that. Holy shit, Fly is dominating this. Did he lose a single unit yet? I don't think so. Heal Wave is coming in, going for the burrows now. Chain Lightning again. Blade Master is back. Can he be the savior? I highly doubt that. He loses a grunt now, but man, 28 supply for Focus only. And the Blade Master is surrounded again. Spirit Link helps a little bit, but okay, and Wind walk out thanks to that level up. Okay, so he's fine for now. Oh no, he's revealed. He's getting ensnared. Still walks out. If this Blade Master falls, the game is over for Focus. Fly retreats here now. Might lose this Raider over it. Can't get hexed in Chain Lightning though, but I think the mana is gone now. Yes, it is. Rough fight for Focus.
All right, Fly taking a big advantage here in the mid game. Big mistake. Big mistake by Focus, not being in range with that Scroll of Speed. You already saw his Hex first. You know he's going to be aggressive with his tier 2 army. And then he still exposes his first hero, Blade Master. That is usually an unforgivable mistake. Can Fly finish this game out now? He's going to the shop. He's going to be getting Scrolls of Healing. He's going to be healing up with his selves and the Clarity as well. And Focus, man, in dire straits. 37 supply for him only. Double level 1 heroes.
No heal wave.
Going his way.
No heal wave is such a big thing, and he constantly has to fight against wolves now as well. Usually in the late mid game, that's not really a problem because you have quite a few walkers. But this is not the case here. He has one, and he needs to apply Spirit Link as well. Trying to get the big one here. Needs to move this walker into ethereal form to not let him die. Works, still blocks the way. That's a big risk to take, but Is it paying off? Unholy Aura, yes it does.
He's gonna be fighting versus double level 3 heroes, though. Ooh, baby. In the super late game, the wolves can get dispelled easily, but we are, still in danger territory for Focus. He doesn't have that high number of walkers, and now Focus is gonna be coming in.
Also, the burrows only in the back, not helping in this, and immediately focusing the Kodo Beast. The 10% damage boost from the command aura, or from the Warsong Battle Drums aura, is gone thanks to the Chain Lightning. And Ensnares are flying everywhere. There's not enough damage at all for Focus to kill the Kodo on the other side. Shadowhunter is low. He's trying to go for a hero focus on that Farseer to force the town port, but the damage of the Blade Master is just not enough. He's splitting the damage now onto the Kodo as well. There's even towers on Fly side. The Blade Master is dropping low. Constant healing on the Farseer. This plan of hero focusing is not working out one bit. Heal wave again, but a Raider is falling. There's so much control in Fly's army that he's allowed to dive into that base, into peon range. Focus getting a kill here maybe, but it takes him forever, and the Raiders are going rampage in the back, killing units, maybe even getting some stuff with pillage, I don't know, but buying time for the towers. Wow, that clutch heal wave by Fly, saving that grunt in the last second. And yeah, there's still a heal scroll, and the Blade Master is super low. There's no shop anymore. He can't heal up. What is he supposed to do? No barracks, only Raiders and Walkers buyable. And the tower is such a big help. If he gets a shop in the back, I think he does. Not too sure, but man, that's the win there.
Yeah, this is looking like checkmate right now, dude. Focus can't even heal up. He doesn't have heal cells. He doesn't have a shop anymore. Blade Master's almost dead. This stronghold is not gonna survive if he fully focuses on it, I think. Focus with fighting spirit, though, he's gonna try his best.
Never give up the game as long as you have the Blade Master, but here's the Ensnare. Range attack, Spirit Links against it. Ooh, does he have a little bit of mana? No, he doesn't. Gives it up. Focus taps out, and that's a 2-0 win. Not a win, 2-0 lead for Fly. The team captain himself carries them to victory in an Orc Mirror. What a big and crazy fight for Fly in the mid game, man. He caught him off guard so hard. If you lose 2 heroes in an Orc Mirror, game is almost over immediately.
Yeah, really well done there by Fly. And I like how he plays to his style, Super aggressive, foot on the pedal, and go. Focus making a couple of mistakes there. The most glaring one was not being in range with a Scroll of Speed to save the Blade Master, but I would go even earlier into the early game where what did he accomplish, really? He had level 1 Blade forever. He was the guy with 2 grunts out early. He's supposed to be way easier able to creep, to get level 2 at least, maybe even level 3, and then the mid game looks completely different. So Focus, I'd say, having quite a weaker day compared to yesterday.
Absolutely.
So far.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the big thing. Like, if you have the grunts early, you are supposed to have the level lead, but that was absolutely not the case. He was a little too scared of Fly's harass.
Yeah, I think so too.
So just parking them in the main. Maybe he played too much against Night Elf, so he's too used to leaving the grunts at home. But that didn't work at all. So yeah, 3 match points in a row for Team Fly. Chaemiko has to win a game now. And that's the first time we will see Chaemiko on this stage. So far, his offline appearances weren't that great, though.
Nope. Unfortunately not. He never made it into WGL or GCS playoffs. Where else have we seen him?
Was he at China versus Korea?
I don't think so.
Let's see. The next event. Next summer in 2018, it was Moonlin, Soin, Focus, and Lawlight. So no.
A man with a lot to prove. Yesterday we were talking quite extensively about whether there might be a breakout player here. At the last Next, it was Colorful really amazing the masses and bringing the win to China there, gathering a lot of new fans. Looking at these players here, most of them are legends, or, well, at least veterans, and have proven themselves multiple times. We have 3 who do have something to prove here, really. Those are Soin, who hasn't been able to do it so far. Chaemiko and Lucifer. And Lucifer has really been putting up a great performance so far.
Absolutely. They put Focus back in the seat, so it's not Soin. They want a point first, I guess. Focus after this defeat in the Orc Mirror. Stason and Chaemiko. How nervous is he? These screens look really big, by the way, and you like to talk about Chaemiko's settings quite a lot. So is that...
Chaemiko is a player who doesn't use full screen. He uses 4x3, but not only that, he's got it windowed. So it's 4x3 only, which already is pretty small, and then he's got it windowed in the big monitor by like, I don't know, the height of the monitor is maybe 60% or something. So it's a really tiny game screen, and yet he pulls off these amazing micro moves, especially in the early game, so reliably. Was really amazed to see that the first time back in GCS summer. But, that's what he's used to.
All right. We go into Last Refuge. That's our matchup now. Focus Chaemiko on LR. Human versus Orc. The first time we see this. The first time we see a human in this entire tournament. And micro-wise, certainly one of the best when it comes to blocking and surrounding. But never underestimate Focus in this matchup. He tried so much because that was his weakest matchup for years. And he had a big arsenal of counters to what the human is throwing at him.
I'm really surprised they're not seating Soin here. I think Soin versus Chaemiko in the first place is going to be his best shot. And this is like the best Orc map, isn't it?
Concealed is out. Yeah, there's Amazonia. Well, there's Echo. Which is, that's an expansion map for the human, so it is quite hard if your opponent decides to go for it. But yeah, we can't change it anymore. It's do or die. If Focus is not winning this game, it's all over for Team 120. Again, proving that having 120 in a team is not doing any good for you in team competition.
It's not over yet, though. They do have a chance to strike back. Focus, of course, on paper, certainly favored between these two players in this matchup between them. And also on this map, this is in the Orcs' favor, I would say. Level 3 AM here, hard to acquire. But if you get out of the early game unscathed for a second hero, suddenly for the human, actually, it turns into a much more comfortable game because you have those fairly big creep camps outside your main, which you always love to use. Oh my god. Which you always love to use malicious support for. And guess what, man? It's a Mountain King first.
Alrighty. This is gonna be interesting. Stormbolt Clap against the Orc army. You haven't seen that? Oh, we saw that on Echo Owls. With an expansion.
Yeah, it has to be Expo, right?
Yeah, but on LR, I haven't seen that in a while.
That's really cool, man. I haven't seen that in a long time either. Leaves an opening into the base, by the way, in case he has to retreat. Going for an early scout tower. He's expecting a Farseer here out of Focus. But that's not the case.
Well, you can just build the scout tower. It doesn't cost too much, just to be sure. The upgrade for the Arcane doesn't take that long. Focus on normal build. Oh, no shop, right? No, it's no shop for him.
Super fast tech. Oh, Chaemiko is going for the laboratory. Oh my god, if the Blade Master comes over here.
Ouch. This could hurt so bad. He's going to the shop. Is he scouting it? I think he does. He has a Shadow Priest. Alright, yeah, you're still a little ahead of me, so no spoilers, please. But yeah, he's finding him, and this could be disastrous. This game could be over in 3 minutes. The workers are all hurt already. Here's the first kill. He's going in for the second. Okay, he has to cancel this. Stormbolt, of course, to disable the Blade Master, but not for too much longer. Actually, Chaemiko getting away with a Black Eye for now, only losing 2 of the workers, but the Rock Golem is still up. No level 2, no item, and no Arcane. So he can go into Windwalk and kill some more.
He may not have lost too many peasants or the Shadow Priest, but he's not expanding. He's not teching. He didn't grab up the item. He's not level 2. This is a bad early game for Chaemiko.
Absolutely. Windwalk is about to run out in a bit. He does have 3 footmen now. Oh, but the Shadow Priest. What a nice target. Good block by Focus as well. He's blocking himself now a little with the Militia, but scares him away, keeps the Shadow Priest alive. But he really, really wants that. Can't get in range, though. Okay, so now it's instant expansion. No Merc Camp access. And the Blade Master knows. The Grunt comes in. This is as bad as it gets for Chaemiko.
And Snare on the Grunt, though. Is he going to try to surround that one? He's actually not. Leaves it be.
I wonder if Focus is playing Wyvern against this, because there's no Water Elementals.
Yeah.
The Mountain King can't attack air except with Stormbolt. So they are unkillable except from Mercs. And there's only one Merc.
Oh.
Blade Master got it, I guess, but gets the Stormbolt surround. Now there is no mana for Windwalk. This could be the way back for Chaemiko into this game. He kills the first hero and finally got some time to breathe. But Grunt surround as well, but he's blocking his way out. Maybe.
How is he being so greedy? The Blade Master walks back in, and then he doesn't have mana anymore to escape. Like, how greedy can you be, dude?
He's not getting this Grunt because the damage wasn't enough. He fought his way out. It's only a level 1 Blade Master. Maybe not that bad if the tech is coming. I mean, the expansion is still not there. The tech is still not there. If he goes into Wyvern, he still has a great position. And it's double Beastery.
Yeah. Focus loves his Wind Riders. Oh, Sobi Mask for the MK.
Ouch.
And
And more
needs to be a
Mercs.
Wormel coming up. And, MK is getting closer to mana. These Grunts are going to be in trouble once again.
All the footmen so low. Can he really surround with that? Is he trying to double surround? Whoa, Panda! Whoosh! That's the first kill for him. Level 3 on the Mountain King, though. That changes a lot, but he needs mana for that. Blade Master, check with another kill. Yeah, these hurt footmen, no sharp. Certainly hurts him. The Shadow Priest can't heal at all at the same time.
Still doesn't have a lumber mill, I think. Or does he?
Why would he build a lumber mill?
Guard towers.
Ah, okay, I thought war mill. Yeah, guard towers too. Stormbolt again, hurts a little more. There's no Shadow Hunter here, mind you. So no healing, no disable against the Mountain King, but only now the expansion would love to have a clock in this game.
Oh, it's Raiders instead of Wind Riders. All right.
Panda Raiders.
It's really good for base lane, of course.
No dispel though.
Interesting game. Cool. I like this. We're not used to seeing these kinds of games. Something else.
Okay, here's your lumber mill. And he doesn't have the lumber anymore to fast build. This will take forever. Can Focus just counter expand? Don't know his resources at the moment. But he, of course he wants 50 supply raiders first, but then...
He's actually bringing over a peon early, and he is setting up the counter expo really, really early. Here we go, already on its way.
Okay, already cute, so... Interesting! Double expansion game on LR. Very, very rare to see this. I think the Mountain King can hold this for now, if he has mana. And with the Sobi Mask, he certainly does. Of course, he lacks the Brilliance Aura, but the Mask makes up for it.
All right, so Expo coming up in the back. Is Chaemiko going to scout for this? Is he expecting it? Focus, of course, now has to distract for quite a while. Orc Expos, the expansions that take the longest of all in the game. 2.5 minutes. That's a long time. It's longer than a tech.
Finding the army once again, Stormbolt it is, and the normal damage works well against raiders, and he can't heal them, so this one is gone. Gets the footman in return, level 2 for the Panda. Drunken Brawler or Drunken Haze? What do you think?
Good question. If he expects us to go late with like Griffins and stuff, Haze is definitely going to be better.
Yeah.
And it's 2 base versus 2 base. This could go really late.
Not necessarily, though. Can also be a strong 70 supply push. He's getting so many footmen, though. I think all of them are gone.
Yeah. I really like this Raider choice, by the way. When you go Wind Riders, it's always risky. Sometimes they can win you the game, but other times there's 2 guard towers, and then you lost, kind of.
Ooh, Surround forces the town portal. Yeah, that's true. And the guard towers are coming. I mean, with double bestiary, you can still go into a few Wyvern to like fake mass raiders and then go into mass air. But Chaemiko is reacting nicely. He has quite a few resources as well with the expansion running now. Only level 2 Blade Master though.
Nope. Stream lagging a little bit here.
All right. We got, oh nice, the wards for Chaemiko will help him so much in defending these raider attacks. He has to get into his base now though, big siege damage coming against the barracks. He will most likely lose that, going for more mercenaries, as he can't rely on the footmen anymore at this stage. Would love to see if Focus has pillage, but I don't know. Chaemiko knows about this expansion. Oh, okay, oh, that's a lot of resources then. Getting rid of the farms as well, keeping Chaemiko stuck at 50 at least. He's not doing anything against this, feeding Focus into high resources and losing another farm here. Has to get... Okay, Breath of Fire, nice. So he's stuck at 42 supply while the Orc expansion is done. And Focus can jump into 60, 70 supply now.
Oh man, with that Blade Master loss, it looked really scary, but Focus coming back so strongly here. The Expo's done now. He's got a big lead here in this mid game. And what was Chaemiko's plan? I mean, expanding and then going Griffins or tier 2 with an Archmage, whatever it was, it has been slowed down by so much.
Okay, what's like? He needs triple production buildings now, right? Or does he have? Does he have the lumber for it? I'm not too sure.
I don't think he does.
Oh, wow, B-Scroll and a Tome of Experience. This is just... This base raid build just got so much better. There's no dispel against the 25% damage boost of the Scroll of the Beast. The Panda's Breath of Fire against building is now so much better as well. Things are going from bad to worse for Chaemiko.
Chaemiko almost lost the Shredder that he just bought there. If that Raider had been a little bit earlier, and he may still actually lose it, and once again, the Raiders into the main.
Oh, mass repair. Nice Breath of Fire against the buildings and peasants here, but yeah, the Raiders just slaughter every building. It can't repair at the moment because it's called to arms. Wants to fight this year. Stumble against the blade, good damage, but there's an Invo Potion as well. Perfect position for the Breath of Fire if he wants to use it against the workers. Losing 1 or 2 raiders here as it seems. Oh, the heal scroll and protection scroll as well. Saves at least 1. Reinforcements are coming in. Aiming for the Mountain King here. Is that a little too bold? As he's dropping super low on the raiders. Decent defense by Chaemiko, but he's... Oh, that stomp was not good at all. But he's losing only HP here, I guess. Nice. And Snare to save that Panda. Focus playing this really well and not overextending.
It looked close there. If they had been more slow, suddenly all the raiders would have died. But it's only a Mud Golem. Long cooldown on the slow. He lost a couple of raiders, but it's okay. He got resources back from the pillage. He bought time for his... whatever it is he wants to go for. And he also forced a lot of peasants off of mining, not to forget.
He is like super imbalanced in resources now. It was 1.4k gold against 400. He's balancing that out, but he needs to replace the farm soon. That's again taking peasants off of work. Does he have tier 2 production buildings? I don't know. There's so many raiders.
Oh, Jesus.
And walkers are coming in. Well.
The Spiritling is going to help out so much.
Good clap for almost a level 5 Mountain King, I guess. But this damage is not nearly enough. And it's gonna rain nets on these units if he's not TPing out. It's so
mostly a distraction play right here. He has the TP. He knows, obviously, he can't hope for a fight. He made this somewhat expensive, forcing the peons off of gold. Nice little distraction attack here by Chaemiko to buy time for his production. And what is his production? Altar, Archmage. So we are going into casters. No tier 3. He's going to stay on tier 2 here.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have the time for tier 3 in this. Tower coming now. Focus not going into reinforced defenses. He could easily do that. 1 heal scroll remaining for 50 supply Chaemiko. Also no production buildings here. Going for a lot of upgrades, but the barracks is going to be destroyed again. So no rifleman. This upgrade that he just purchased is useless. And the raiders against the farms. Scroll of the Beast being used. Yep, Scroll of the Beast being used now, so everything is 25% faster in killing because the damage is 25% higher. And Focus is getting so many resources. Blizzard first with Clap. That's a lot of damage that he was lacking before. But it's only Mercs and Militia again. Oh, this Clap is so sick. This could be like 5 kills for Chaemiko if he plays it well. But I think the mana is gone. Oh, Blade Master dies for the second time in this game. He didn't calculate that Stormbolt in mana potion. He's still on the chase, but being stopped by this Raider. Jesus, Chaemiko's back.
Absolutely he is. And this is not a very good orc army, by the way, at dealing with casters. You want to have healing? He doesn't have that. You want to have a lot of dispel? He doesn't have that either. What does he have? A lot of raiders. Good against buildings. Maybe in low numbers good against casters, but not once the breakers come in. It's starting to get a little bit scarier for Focus.
A bit scarier, man. His entire army has, I think, 1,500 HP or something. If he's getting caught off guard, everything falls. Does he still have the resources to buy healing, is the question. Blade Master back from the tavern. Yes, he does. Double heal scroll and invo potion. Revive of the Blade Master at the tavern was quite expensive. Items were quite expensive. And he has to buy a lot of walkers here to be able to dispel as sorcerers are coming in. Thank you, Lantern Ghost, for the Prime sub.
Thank you very much. By the way, Chaemiko's big level ups aren't too far away. If he gets to 5-3 levels...
Jesus Christ, man, his mana regen now. Sobi Mask, Mana Stone, and Brilliance Aura is coming in.
And Focus is only tier 2. Wouldn't there have been a window to go tier 3? For a Shadow 3rd? This is a big map. You should have been able to creep him to level 3.
Yeah, also Envenomed Spears, really good. Walker Master Training, really good.
Yeah.
Purge,
Kodos.
really good.
But he was low on lumber for a very long time, Focus was. He didn't have the Shredder. I think Chaemiko, yeah, he still does. He has tons of lumber. And now he's marching across the map with his 65 supply army. Shouldn't he be creeping a little bit more? 5-3 is right around the corner, but no, he wants to pressure this Expo right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give Focus any time to consolidate. He sees the Wyvern now. There's no Water Elementals, as we said. Stormbolt on the Blade Master again. He's revealed thanks to the ward. Anchor Free Incarnation, okay. But that's the 3rd time he's losing this one. Blizzard is raining, but catching an End Snare immediately. Wow, these stomps. They're dealing so much damage. Panda level 4 in Focus, though. And the Invo Potion doesn't have the time for it. He was still stunned. And Remo, I guess he's getting his level 5 here. Yep, there we go. Stormbolt just got a lot better level up for the Blade Master as well. But the hammer hits him right in that with that clap combo, and the hero, the second one, is down as well. Chaemiko, Kid, and this clan war, and he does another storm. 3-0, team 1-2-0 out. And yeah, Chaemiko knows that was close. Shake hands with his teammates. First game for Chaemiko. He was struggling super hard until he won the first fight in this game and then took the lead and got it home. 3-0 Team Fly, they are in the lower bracket finals.
What a cool game. How unusual. Fast Expo, heavy Blade harass, heavy Raider harass later on. It seems like Focus really missed the transition timing there. You can't stay on Raiders forever.
It worked very well though for him, with all the resources and all the damage he did. Like, killing the farms over and over. Kept Chaemiko at 48 supply for such a long time.
I think he should have tried to maybe go for a Shredder at one point. Go tier 3, go Shadow, creep him level 3. Keep like 3-4 Raiders around his base maybe with a scroll of speed. Annoy him, harass him. I think there was a timing there to just go all out tier 3 Orc power. But just mass Raiders is gonna, as we saw. Clap Blizzard Neo. I know it makes you happy and
beautiful combo
in that game.
Yeah, this is pretty rough with a Panda in general. I think you have to win the game fairly early or do even more damage than you already did. I like the Panda with Wyvern a little because of the Drunken Haze into Rifleman, but We didn't see that at all, so the biggest strength of the Panda, we didn't see that really, or one of the big strengths here. Highlight clips! Soin versus Life was an impressive play by Life at the end. Soin with a few mistakes. Good early game though, especially this fight was quite nice. After he lost the... Oh, was it the end already? No, right? Oh well, whatever. I can't remember. Focus versus Fly was a disaster for the Korean. Even with the faster first on Fly side. Chain Lightning killing this Blade. And the Shadow Hunter as well. Nice double kill for Fly. Great surrounds again. We've seen those yesterday already. So he continues to impress that way. And at that point, everything was over.
Yeah. Focus, it was just not his day today. He played way better yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is.
Maybe practice too much against Night Elf, not against Human and Orc. And yeah, losing the Blade Master that early, after delaying the expansion, that brought Chaemiko back into this game. And here's this fight with a strong clap, with a blizzard as well. Where are the end snares here, by the way? The blizzard is just raining through. This clap. This clap's so sick. And focusing Mountain Kings with like 1k HP, I don't know. Little indecisive by Focus as well. But yeah, he gave him many, many openings. And Chaemiko just used them.
A little bit of sloppy play there by Focus today. Unfortunate. His team out now in 4th position. Which means... what does that mean? How much prize money do they get?
Not sure if they get anything. Wait, I'm on the... Okay, it's still $1,500, so $500 each.
Not bad.
2,200 guaranteed for Team Fly, but they are up against Team Moon now. 3 Night Elves, Moon, Check, and Colorful versus Fly, Chaemiko, and Life. We're going to a little break as the Chinese set up on the stage, and we'll be right back with the lower bracket final of next winter, 2018.